So, sometimes the thing with characters is that a character can change over the course of a story. Sometimes the problem isn't something that's happening to the character, but it's something that the character is doing. So in the case of Gnome, Gnome changes because he started off quite rambunctious and he learned to settle down. But it is hard for a character to change physically. I think that more often than not you would see that maybe Janice would accept that she is clumsy. But Janice instead came up with a nice solution for herself. Did you have a question? I think you had a, no, do you have a question?
When we do drawing, do we have to do the whole thing, or can we just do the main character a little bit of the thing?
You can do, so she asked when you're doing the drawing, can you do you have to do the whole picture, or do you have to, can you just do the main character and a little bit of this setting? So, if you look at Gnome, some of the pages are like this. They're called 2-page spreads, where you basically see a whole scene with a lot of characters. But later, for example, towards the end of the book, we see a picture like this that's just Gnome, and maybe a little bit of what's going on around him. When you're doing drawings, it doesn't always have to have a background or a setting. Sometimes it can just be the characters, sometimes it should be the character's face. If you read comic books, I don't know if any of you guys read comic books. You guys are so cool. I love comics too. Oh, that's a great book. Soft cover. That's a great book. But if you notice, on each of the panels, it doesn't always have everything. Sometimes it's just one character looking at another. If we, where did my pen go? Wait, just a minute. We're going to finish up this question. I could draw a gnome standing in a garden. It's probably the best drawing I've ever done. Or, and this is a sheet of paper, say. This is paper. Or maybe I don't, maybe I think the drawing or the picture would be more interesting if I had the gnome's face really, really close. And it all depends what kind of mood I'm trying to create. So this, it's a nice picture, it's okay drawing, but this is so much funnier. Like, why is he peeking out of the paper? Like, he's super excited. So when you're drawing, it doesn't always have to be the full body shot of the character. Sometimes it can even be, maybe Gnome is really, really far away on the top of a mountain. And he's like, hi.
I can't even see him.
I can't even see him. So these are all different ways of showing the same character, and they all do different things. They all convey a different meaning. So yeah, you don't always have to draw the character in the background. Long answer for a short question. You've had your hand up for a while.
We can do it like anything we want.
Yeah, that's a question and a statement, and that's super great. Yeah, you can really do whatever you want. Sometimes too, if you're doing a picture, why not do 3 pictures in one? This is what's kind of where comics start. Is if you have the gnome looking really happy, this drawing is so good. No, it is him. Look, he's smiling. And then maybe in the next panel or the next picture on the same page, he looks sad. And it tells a story. Maybe in the next one, he's angry. So you can do whatever you want. You had your hand up.
About the characters, can they, in any story, can they change something? Can they understand the mistake and actually fix it? But they understand the whole thing without having to question.
So she was asking, can a character change who they are without having to question themselves. So usually, say somebody has a problem like being clumsy, or Cinderella. So Cinderella's problem is that she is being mistreated, and she's always losing her shoe. But the solution isn't Cinderella changing. She is always a good person. An example of a character changing would be, I'm trying to think, but basically be somebody like, say somebody does something bad or is an evil character, and then they change to be a good character. They're shown the error of their ways. They're shown to be, they're shown that they've done a bad thing. Sometimes we don't know when we're doing bad things.
So, doing what they were bad, but then they understood without having to question themselves so much?
Yeah, I think so. Sometimes even it's like, maybe somebody's always going to be a bit grumpy, for example. Do you guys know any people that are a bit grumpy all the time? They're never going to not be grumpy, but sometimes they're going to say sorry. That's sort of like that. Sometimes they're just going to be like, oh, I'm sorry. They might still be grumpy. It's a complicated question. Something that I probably don't know really the answer to, because I would be an award-winning screenwriter. There were some hands back here. Do you guys have a question? And then awesome team taking picture. I know. Do you have a question? The grumpy old troll? Yeah, like the grumpy old troll. Sometimes in fairy tales, often those characters get crushed under a bridge or something. But nowadays, it's much nicer when they learn the error of their ways. Let's do 2 more questions.
Can a character change clothes and what they're wearing / what they are?
Yeah.
Like, take for example Janice. In a story that's maybe like Janice, the sequel to Janice the Janitor.
Yeah.
Could it be like she changes because when she takes away 8 of her eyes, and she takes away 1 of her arms, and she takes away 1 of her legs, and then she changes her job, and she changes her clothes, and she changes.
She's changed everything. Absolutely. She's asking if somebody can change everything about themselves.
Or something.
One good example is, you guys know like superheroes, like Superman. They change everything about themselves and they go undercover. And that's an example of a character changing a lot about themselves to try to solve other people's problems. So do last question.
Like Superman versus, Batman versus Superman?
Yeah, just like that. That was the best question to end on, which is Batman versus Superman. We're going to do one more really quick drawing thing, and then we are going to
What are you going to draw?
then we are going to raffle off these books.
Yay!
I'm a very good presenter. All right, so everybody put your pencil tip up, point up in the air, and we're going to work on this bottom square. I want you guys to draw a circle anywhere on the left-hand side of the square. It can be a big circle, it can be a small circle. And then next to that circle, I want you to draw the biggest circle you can that still fits in the box. And then I want you, in the middle of that circle,